Have you guys ever had a client think that you're shorting them on their patio because of the overdig?
Mm, I
Yeah.
explain.
Yeah.
I explain we need to overdig.
I had that
I
once
am.
early on. So I like over explain that to clients. But I just had that question again today. And
From a homeowner.
yeah.
They said, why didn't you go all the way to the edge?
No, we had already lined up to the foundation. And then, I dig 6 inches past that. And then they're like, why did you dig so far? But it always reminds me of a client I had early on who accused me of shorting them on their patio because the base extended past the pavers.
Hmm.
Did you tell
I
them to go watch the I Am a Hardscaper channel?
It didn't exist back then.
I
I
used
sent
to
some.
underdig.
You did what?
Like I used to dig my patios right to the line of where they were
Oh
supposed
yeah.
to go, and then fight with it at the end
Oh yeah.
for years and years. And I'm like, why am I doing this? As soon as I got machinery, I'm like, I'm digging 2 feet extra, and
Yeah.
like the base is
Yep.
a foot too deep, and like I'm just throwing money away everywhere. I'm not making that mistake again.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of machines, I got my machine and I've already put it to work for a couple of days.
How was that?
It's all right. I got it and I think Chad, you brought this up with your mini excavators that the grease nipples weren't the
yeah,
right things.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
right
just like
fittings.
plugs or something like
Yeah.
that. It took
Mine were half and half. So some of them had it and some of them didn't. So I had
like
to
one side of the tracks was
no, so
grease
both
nipples, yeah.
tracks didn't. But then like the remaining of the fittings were like half and half. Hit and miss,
Yeah.
sort of. And
Whatever they had.
yeah, so I parked it and I went in to get some of those grease nipples, and then I came back out and there's a landscaper there that I'd never seen before or met before, and he's like, "Hey man, I've got this patio. I can you go dig it out right now?" Never had this happen to me before, and he's like, "I'll make it worth your while. $300."
Oh my God.
I want you to set your life on pause for $300.
Yeah. He didn't know
Just
he was
dig it
talking
out.
to somebody who knew their numbers.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
I need
What, what
$1,000. So
So
did you turn him down?
I did. I said, sorry, man, I'm booked solid. Like, I don't even have time to be messing around with this machine right now. He's like, oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. I've got 3 guys waiting there and we're about to hand dig it. So it would have been nice to have somebody go dig it out with the machine for me.
not for $300, it wouldn't have been nice.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So we exchanged
Wow.
business cards and that was that.
Wow.
Did you say you can buy this for $7,000?
Yeah, I told him it was 4,000. He's like, what? But the
Wow.
machine is 43 inches. It's stable,
It's stable.
but
You got
it's
the wide
43
track.
inches.
So
Perfect.
how much do you think that's going to affect you being able to use it?
I think it'll affect me on backyards. But there's another auction coming up. So I don't know. Maybe I'll list this one, make a quick buck, and then move on to the next one that's hopefully not 43 inches. But it's perfect. Right now I'm doing a backyard with open access and it's nice to have it, I guess.
Is it gas or diesel?
It is gas. It's a Briggs
Okay.
and Stratton. I know I don't know anything else about it other than it's 43 inches and it's a Briggs and Stratton motor. I don't know.
Is it loud? Like a loud lawnmower? Like my little
Yeah,
Chinese excavators were?
yeah, it's pretty loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Powerful
So
or
how did you move it around?
Well, I've got a trailer enclosed.
Okay. So
And it's
it fits in your
just barely
enclosed trailer?
fits in there with the things that are on the side of the trailer. Yeah.
So your enclosed trailer has a ramp?
Yeah. It's got a back ramp.
So you loaded it up? Did you strap
Yeah.
it down or just
Well,
hope for the best?
I picked it up. I rented a trailer to pick it up because I didn't know if it would fit in the enclosed trailer. So now it's in the enclosed trailer, but picking it up, I just rented a trailer and had them fork it onto it. Because I wasn't gonna go 2 hours out of my way and pick up my dump trailer, which I don't know what shape it's in right now.
Does the dump trailer have ramps?
It does, yeah. I just write that up as a loss right now. I can't imagine it's been taken care of too well for the past 4 years.
I bet if
Yeah,
you would
so you haven't
try
used the
to get
dump
that,
trailer in 4 years?
yeah.
Yeah, it's been since the early 2020. Yeah, so more than 4 years now.
I don't understand what happens when you have like a bit of scraps left over at the end of a job. You just put them in the truck?
Yeah, because I don't have much, or I just get a bin. Like I'm pretty liberal with getting a bin. I quote a lot of bins on my project, like usually one or two more, depending. And then that just makes me not have to overload bins, but
Thanks.
also at
Thanks,
the end of
Mike.
the
You want to
project,
kind of be a client of mine?
yeah. But at the end of the project, I'm happy to get a bin and put anything into it that needs to be disposed of.
But what about like an extra layer of material?
In the
I've got a
bin.
truck.
Yeah, but an extra layer of wall, an extra layer of slab, an extra layer of border, an
In
extra
the
layer.
bin.
Like this adds
In the
up. You
bin.
just launch it, or like
I never
take
take
it
a
It
back
bin.
pallet by
depends.
pallet, or what's
Um, if there's a lot of excess, I'll just schedule a delivery from my supplier and they'll come pick it up for me. If it's not a lot, I usually ask the client and I always leave product with the client anyways, if they want it. Otherwise it just gets disposed of.
The moving around of a layer of brick instead of throwing it away costs you a fortune.
Yeah, like I throw away a lot, I guess.
We had a half skid of pavers at the yard because at the canoe museum, when they pave, if it doesn't line up perfectly, we might have to add a row. Anyways, there might be some funky shit, but the S70 wouldn't pick up. It needed to take one layer off, so the dump trailer was half full of like bricks that were cut. I said, just shove it into the pile and dump it all. There's no moving this layer and then putting this layer back on this thing. I don't give a fuck. Get rid of it. Goodbye, Unilock Eco Priora. You never met your Christmas destiny. You're going to the dump without being cut or installed ever.
you could have sold that Facebook Marketplace? Someone would have paid
Oh,
$50 for that layer.
Facebook Marketplace, the fuck out of that. I agree with you.
Yeah.
You could have faced. So, did you feel that owning your own machine, Mike, you would use it when you might not have rented it?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm also pretty liberal on renting a machine too. Um, I would say with if any, no.
In your career of renting machines, this is just of interest sake. Have you ever been on the job site and said and thought, I'm going to take that machine back to save the day's rental, but then the next day been like, fuck, I wish I'd kept the machine?
No, never.
That would have happened to me.
Yeah.
I've done
No,
that before.
I would have sent it back early because I'm just would be like, fuck, I'm paying for that thing and I'm not using it today. And then the next day been like, fuck, I really needed it today.
Even when
I
I
rent
called, so they charge you from the time that you called for them to pick it up. And I found that if I called after like 2 p.m., they wouldn't pick it up till like the next morning anyways. So that would give me a little bit of flexibility. I guess I've learned how to game the system a little bit for for me to be able to hold on to the machine for a little
Who
bit
do you rent
longer.
machines from?
Anybody. If I think I've talked about this before. So if I'm working in that one area that I often service, they have a Home Depot right by them. So I would
Mm.
just pick up the trailer and take whatever rental they have. But I also Battlefield, they deliver. Um, I would say those would be my main two. Battlefield if I'm looking to get something dropped off and hold it for a while, and Home Depot if I'm looking to just get something really quick. And if it's in the area too.
Oh, we don't have a preferred rental club.
No.
No. I guess maybe Cooper. That would be who we would call.
Cooper. Sunbelt.
We got a Sunbelt
Maybe
and a
Sunbelt.
Simplex.
I've never rented anything from Sunbelt.
There's so many rental places, especially around us. Then there's like the mom and pop shops too.
Yeah.
There's 2 or 3 Sunbelts within Kitchener-Waterloo. There's 4 Home Depots in Kitchener-Waterloo, Cambridge. There's a few mom and pop shops, and then Battlefield delivers wherever.
I don't know how it works. Like you can get a well, as far as I know, you can get a like a full size skid steer for like $500 a day or something like that. Then you go and rent like a diesel plate, and it's $400 a day, and it's like a quarter of the price new.
Yeah, but it probably wears out quicker, or they
Yeah,
get destroyed more, or
yeah.
because
They must
they
have a
track
system.
not a mom and pop shop, but a big rental place like Sunbelt. I guarantee they know exactly the expected lifetime of each piece of machinery.
Yeah.
I found that renting a diesel plate is stupid expensive compared to the other shit that you can get. But I mean, I don't rent often either, right? I rent a diesel plate maybe 2 or 3 times a year, but every time it's like $500. I'm like, holy shit, it's just a Packer.
Yeah.
Maybe it would be cheaper to rent a small roller.
The paver
It might be
roller.
Yeah, like a small ride-on roller.
if you could get it in the right spot. Yeah,
Maybe that would be a better solution.
yeah. Who am I kidding? I don't have any work anyway.
Had an irrigation.
I
we
don't
have
need anything.
we have an irrigation contractor at the Canoe Museum right now, and I had never met them. Jack had set it all up, so I had met some of them. It's some brothers that own it, and so I showed up. I walked over to introduce myself and say, "Hey, I'm Mike from Paver King. You know, whatever. I haven't met you guys. I really appreciate you coming out and working hard for us." And I try to be friendly. And the first the first brother was a really nice guy and really appreciative of the work and appreciative that he was there working with us. And then the second guy, the second 2 brothers that I met were both had unlit massive cigars in their mouths while they were doing irrigation. I thought those are my kind of people. Couple guys digging irrigation trenches with massive cigars, unlit. I was like, these guys are the guys. These guys are the shit. They're not fucking around. They woke up this morning, lit a huge cigar, smoked half of it, put it out, and then said, I'm going to keep this in my mouth, chewing on it all day while I install irrigation. Those are people you want working for you. Those are the kind of people that get shit done. Guys who are chewing a half a cigar in their mouth are not people that fuck around. They are not fuck around people. They are all business. If you were to look at a group of people and say, who would get some shit done for me? A guy with half a cigar in his mouth, that's someone that'll get some shit done for you. That's my opinion on it. These guys were crushing the irrigation system. You guys have no opinion on people that have half a cigar?
So you've modeled yourself after that whole ideology.
I don't walk around with half a cigar in my mouth because I usually smoke it till I love smoking so much that I smoke them till they're gone.
Where do you get your cigars from?
Dominican Republic.
Oh, you still
I'm
hold on to
actually
it?
out. I'm actually out of cigar. Like I think I'm down to one cigar left, so I'm gonna have to go buy some in Canada, which is because we didn't go to Dominican Republic this year.
Do you have a favorite cigar?
I smoked the Steel Horse cigars from Dominican Republic.
Hmm.
I haven't really. They're the ones that I've just always had. So I'm gonna go. There's a cigar shop in Brooklyn by our yard. So I'm gonna start going there and then see if they have an Instagram and then tag them a bunch of times. See if I can get them to sponsor my cigar smoking. But I don't know if they're allowed to do that because technically tobacco places aren't allowed to advertise, right?
Oh,
Like you can't advertise at a car race. Can you advertise as can an influencer be advertising? Like there's a lot of laws around tobacco advertising,
yeah.
specifically in oppression-ridden Canada. So I'm like, can you even be an influencer of cigar smoking?
Hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know if you can.
That is a good
I don't think
question.
you can.
But you can create
I'm
content.
willing to invest 10 grand to find out. Like how I
That's a
drag that
callback.
back full circle. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's how my brain works. I've been waiting to drop that one for a bit. I don't know if you can because you can't advertise at the indie. If you're John Players, can't advertise there. So where are you gonna advertise? So how low are you gonna go before you say fuck it, Chad? I'm trying to close work.
Well, I'm not going below 25, I'll tell you that right now. We will sit at the yard. We will shine those machines till you can see yourself in them.
So are you just saying you have a gap and then you have work in the fall
Yeah, oh
coming
yeah,
up?
we had a full fall. But this is the first year that I'm experiencing this summer lull. Usually we have enough to carry us through. This is the first time in a while. But my old boss, like I talked to him about it, he's like, "Oh, we were always slow in the middle of the summer." Now I understand why they went golfing every Friday. Maybe we'll do the same.
Do you golf?
I can't stand golfing.
I hate
No,
golfing.
but I'm gonna start if I'm gonna have July and August open.
I refuse to hit things as far as I can and then run after them like a dog. I'm not a dog. Hitting some
But
shit as far as you like a ball as far as you can and then running and fetching it. I get it. I guess I don't understand it personally because I don't have dog mentality. If I hit something as far as I can, I want someone else to go get it. I'm just lazy.
So you
I
like
feel like you'd
baseball?
really get along with John Daly, though.
Yeah.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I My dad loves golf. It's like his favorite thing in the whole world. He watches the golf. My dad's two favorite things in the whole world are jogging and watching golf.
I can't
By looking at
imagine
me,
watching golf.
I
It's
can't
like
There's
watching
people who love
fishing.
it. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Hmm.
I I often wish that I had people who like golf. It's a cult.
Well dressed
It's
golf.
it's a cult. It's a cult of people who like golf, and that's fine. I just have no use for it. I don't like it. I wish I did because I honestly believe that liking golf can be good for your business.
I think so, yeah.
That you can make a lot of good business connections. There's people who like golf want to do business with other people who like golf. I think that when you meet someone else that likes golf that you might do business with, you're like, man, I could fuck off for days at a time and say it's because I want to do business with this person. And I don't have to work. I just have to golf and say that this is an important golfing. It's an important day of golfing for my business. I think that's part of the fascination. I think legit there is a lot of golfing business talk that goes on in golfing.
So would you rather Get the golf membership or get the sports car? Which crowd are you going after?
Do I have to pick one of those two items?
Well, it's the influencer way, right?
Yeah.
So you
Well,
get the
so you're saying my choice is expensive golf membership or expensive
expensive
sports car,
car payment, yeah.
and there's no way to go. There's nothing else. These are the only choices. I'm gonna go with the car.
Really? You're gonna go after the car people?
I
I think
don't
the golf
want
people
to.
have more money than the car people.
I thought you said I just had to buy one. I didn't know I was trying to make this into about working. If this was purely about sales and purely about trying to drive business, I would take the golf over the car.
Okay.
If this was about my enjoyment, as rare as that might be, I would take the car because I don't have enough attention span to go do one thing for 4 hours. Or how long does it take to golf? 4 hours?
4
I don't
hours,
even
yeah.
know.
I don't know.
I can't do one thing for 4 hours. I don't have that kind of attention span. I would be a mess on the, like if someone took me golfing, I'd be like, so I don't, the last time I went golfing was for my buddy's company golf tournament. And we did our drives and we ended up in the middle of the field or the middle of the, whatever they call it. Is that like the fairway?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we ended up in the middle of the fairway waiting for the people to finish their thing on the green where the hole is. And so the people behind us, because it's like a company tournament, have been drinking and they're pissed because it's taking so long. So they started driving their balls while we were standing down in where the balls were landing.
Yeah, that's
So
ignorant.
I didn't like it is ignorant. So I picked up the balls and drove them back at them, which caused a lot of kerfuffle on the golf course.
But they should
Like a
know
lot
better.
of people
like
were really angry about it.
Yeah.
And it was the guy who owned the company that was sponsoring the golf tournament that I drove the golf balls at. So
Well,
he was
fuck 'em. That's
unhappy.
just an ignorant thing to do, right?
Was ignorant to begin with,
Like,
yeah. But people
yeah.
seemed more because they yelled four. I didn't yell four. I went and picked up the ball and put it on the ground and drove it right back at the tee. I didn't warn them because I wanted to hit them and harm them badly for what they had done to us.
Well, there goes that business deal.
And then it almost ensued into like a fight because they were pissed and yelling at us. And I was like, yeah, that's back when I was early 20s. So I was really ragingly crazy and constantly looking to smash someone's face. But it just happened to be the guy that owned the company that did it. So people were like, oh, you can't yell at that guy. He's paying for all this. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't even want to be here. This is stupid. Maybe that experience alone is why I've never golfed since. But no, you asked me, do you think it's better to have a golf membership or a sports car for your business? And I think it's better to have a golf membership. What do you think, Mike?
I would take the sports car.
You think that's better for your business?
I don't know if it's better for my business, but I definitely wouldn't golf.
But the question is, what do you think is better for your business? Having a golf membership or having a sports car? This is purely business. There's no, your personal feelings do not play in it at all. It is purely about business.
Oh man. I don't even know who I'd go golfing with. Like, do you just go to the golf course and try to do business with people?
You go to the golf. I don't know.
I don't know how it works. I have no idea what
I know
to
you
do.
can just show up and try and join someone else's foursome. Like if they only have three, if they only have three, they'll put you with someone else.
That would be more fun for me than
not unless you want
getting a sports car.
What?
Not unless
they don't automatically put you in groups of 4.
I think they do.
I don't think they do. I could be wrong, but I don't think.
I think you have to ask, can I join your group?
Yeah.
I think it's golf etiquette to let them join.
See, if that's part of the game, being expected to take a stranger into your game, I don't want
That's
to
how
play
you meet.
anymore.
That's how you meet people and do business.
Yeah. What if they look poor?
You're at a rich golf club where there's a membership fee.
Right.
If they
Yeah.
look poor, it's probably intentional.
They got the most money.
Yeah.
They probably have the most money. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I
I
would
don't
do.
know.
I would get the golf membership and I would wait there for the right person and say, do you want to do golf with me or do you want to do business with me?
Do golf. Do you want to do golf or play business?
What would you take,
Yeah.
Chad? The golf membership or the car?
Oh, I'm gonna take the golf.
On a
You can
personal level,
What
what
about
would
a
you take?
luxury truck?
a
Luxury
luxury
truck
truck,
or golf?
like a lifted one of those, like because you're trying. The goal is to try and get in with the car people, then,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Lifted
I don't
underlights.
necessarily think car people have as much money, or like golf people. A lot of the times, they make decisions for someone else's money. Car people
Mhm.
make decisions for their own money, right?
Mm.
And I want someone who's spending someone else's money because their pockets are deeper than someone spending their own money.
Mm.
So I'm
That's good
golf
insight.
all the way.
Wow.
I could be wrong. I'm new to this too.
Do you find it
That's just
interesting
what
that
I
none of
think.
the three of us golf?
I yeah.
Uh,
I've never hung
I
around
find that
golf clubs. But I have been invited to one. So I might take that person up on their offer and I'll report back to you guys if I did business.
you did some business on the golfing.
I've worked at a golf course. I've
Did you
worked,
do business?
d- I didn't get any business.
Okay.
I worked for a golf course, at a golf course, and there's a golf course behind the yard, right beside the
Wow.
quarry. So I'm surrounded by golf, but as far as it goes, I've never done
Would you
business.
take the car or the golf membership personally? Nothing to do with your business.
The car right now.
Yeah. I would take the car.
I would take the car 100%.
I'd probably sell it, but
Do you know what the other great thing that golf is? So I think that part of the golf cult and the obsession with golf, I think that first of all, the obsession is you can leave wherever you're going and say, I'm going to a business meeting that's on the golf course, and people accept it. The second thing is it gives everyone an excuse to consume alcohol in the middle of the day.
mm,
True.
So another
Yeah.
thing that I don't think I would like, golf culture is a lot of drinking. There's a lot of drinking on golf courses, and it's a lot of the culture is drinking. And I don't drink at all. So it's just another situation where there's a bunch of people drinking and Mike's not drinking anything because he doesn't really consume alcohol hardly ever. So it just leads to this other time in my life where I'm trapped for 4 hours with people consuming alcohol, doing something I don't want to do.
Yeah. There's a
Whereas
lot
in
of
a
drinking.
car, I could drive by myself. I could drive by myself in a car past a bunch of people who are drinking on a golf course for 4 hours and just ignore them and keep going. That's not great for business, but it's great for Mike.
Yeah.
Not great for business though. I've considered starting to golf, but I just don't have that kind of time. And maybe
yeah.
it's because I mismanage my business.
That's because you're too busy booking work for July and August when you could be on the golf
Well, in
course.
theory, the people on the golf course are booking work with other people on the golf course.
Yeah. That's it. I'm sold. I'm going golfing in July and August.
Maybe I try it
That
out.
makes
See,
sense.
maybe see it. Try. Someone should try it out and see how much it vastly improves their life.
I'm gonna do it.
I don't know. I feel like this golfing podcast could get some backlash.
You think so? I
Golf
wonder how much of
cult
our
people.
audience golfs.
I bet 80% of it.
Really?
You think that much?
Everybody golf.
I'd guess
How many
10.
people? I don't.
They do have golf courses in the Dominican.
You think only 10% of the audience golfs?
Yeah. I would think a very small amount of hardscapers golf.
I think
Almost every
more.
hardscaper I know is obsessed with golf.
Really? I would
Yeah.
assume a lot of people don't have the time to as well.
They all just go and golf. That's what I'm saying. Maybe I'm mismanaging my business.
Hmm.
Landscape Ontario has whole days where everybody shuts down their landscaping business to golf.
Yeah, I guess one of my suppliers has a golf tournament too. I've never been, but
Because
yeah,
you
I
don't golf.
guess I don't golf.
Last year they had like the first Durham chapter golf tournament, and I think every single person in Durham is golfing.
Wow.
I don't like I often think I'm missing out on something. Like I'm not I just I can't get into it. I just don't care. No matter how hard I try and say I should care about this.
I think I
So
could
it'll be
get
good
into
day.
golf.
Yeah,
I think I
I think
could.
I could
Yeah.
if I needed to,
Yeah.
or if I tried.
We should have a not our finest hour golf tournament.
But
Yeah.
I think I would get bored after like 3 holes.
I think
That's what I think
after
would happen to me
9,
too.
if you're not drinking, you're okay. Done this enough.
I think you're right. Potentially, if you're not drinking after 9 holes, it's probably you're like, wow, this is boring as fuck.
Yeah. Or if the
Maybe
weather's not
not.
perfect, like if it's a little cold, like I'd rather be at home. If
People
it's
say to
too
me all the
hot,
time, yeah, people say to me all the time, golfing's amazing because you get to be outside. I'm like, I don't want to be
oh,
outside.
I don't want to be outside if I'm not
Screen
working.
golf looks fun. And that's indoors.
Green golf.
Screen
Screen
golf.
golf.
Yeah. So these
We don't
two
have that here.
these two guys, Rob and Eric, they go when it wasn't snowing this year, they would go screen golfing at night.
Oh yeah.
Those places are open like 24/7.
Hmm.
I don't. Maybe I would like screen golfing because I don't have to walk very far.
That's true. Yeah. We should do a screen golf, not our finest hour meetup.
I When it comes to like walking the golf course, I don't think I could physically walk 18 holes of a golf course.
You can get carts. We can cart you around.
I'm just saying, I don't think I could do it. Maybe I could. I don't know. I
Okay.
find it weird that you don't know. And like, I would say that almost every hardscaper that I know, I would say at least 60 or 70% of them are heavily into golf.
Wow.
Maybe you should have a golf person on your How to Hardscape podcast.
Why I'm sure I have if 60% of hardscapers.
No, like have someone. I'm saying have someone specifically on there to talk golf. Like have a golf pro on the How to Hardscape podcast to give advice for an hour and a half, and then see how well that podcast does ranked up against your other ones.
I should have one about how to do business on a golf course.
There you
That
go.
would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to do that
Yeah.
and see how. Can you get like a golf pro on to talk about how to do business on the golf course?
Yeah.
That's a great episode. And then we could see
On what
how
hole
many
do you bring up the business? Like is hole 1 kind of like catching up, hole 2 checking on family, and then hole 3 you hit them with the business question, or what hole do you bring up the business question on? Do you save it till the end just in case there's no business to be done?
This is probably the most productive thing we've ever talked about
Wow.
in the history of this podcast. You got to have that guy on.
Yeah.
A golf doing business on the golf course expert. I think that could become one of your most popular episodes.
Yeah. Love it. I'll listen.
I want to know how to do business on the golf course.
All right.
I can tell you that if you want to hit the ball backwards at the tee box with the guy who paid for everyone, that's not good for business.
There was no business done on that day.
I feel like Chris Arntz is a golfer.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Big time. Huge, huge at golfing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. A lot of people I know are have like I.
I guess I don't know enough people. I mean, I mostly talk to you guys.
Well, right there, you have two people
What
that are not golfers.
what about your
Yeah.
client there that follows you around the whole time? Maybe you get a golf
Uh,
game in with him.
he might golf. Yeah,
What
I
if
could see
you?
him golfing.
What if you? Fuck. Now I lost track of my train of
What if
thought.
I?
I started. Well, I dropped a bin in this neighborhood, in Bowmanville. It's like a retirement neighborhood with a bunch of small bungalows. It's called Wilmont Creek. They have a 9-hole golf course, and at every house there's like a golf cart with golf clubs in the back.
Nice.
These people, as I was driving through the neighborhood, these these people are old. They're old people, and they love golf so much they moved to a tiny house so they could be right closer to the golfing. They could go. They could get closer to that. They want to step out of their door, and they don't even want to drive. They want to just get right into the golf cart and immerse themselves and drive the streets in a golf cart. Like these fucking people, even if they're going for dinner at someone else's house, they're in their golf carts driving from one house to the other because they are ready to golf at a moment's notice. Like they're driving down the street to head to Mary's house for dinner, and Joe yells from the side, "Let's go hit around. I'm ready, man. I'm in my golf cart. Let's fucking go." And the two of them go. How obsessed do you have to be with this shit to actually live in it and drive golf carts everywhere so you can golf anytime, any day, any place where you live? I was driving through the neighborhood going, man, I don't love anything as much as these people love golf.
You
Good
should
for them.
sell them all on mini putt courses in their backyard.
I was just dropping a bin there. I don't want to work
Okay.
in that neighborhood.
Okay.
It
Gotcha.
seems like there'd be a lot of. I've worked at some retirement homes before. I don't want to be around people that are home every day, all day, every person in the
Mm,
neighborhood. Just doesn't seem like the kind of
yeah.
place I want to go regularly. Even dropping a bin is chaos there. By the time I've dropped the bin and you've seen all the golf carts whipping by you, I'm ready to go. I don't need that shit. That's what I would say. So,
Yeah. Especially
anyways,
people who love golf. They're fucked. Like when I used to work at the golf course, so you have to change where the
you
hole
work at
is.
the golf course and you
Oh
don't
yeah.
golf.
Well, yeah, I was a kid. I was like 16, right?
Okay.
So
Were you
you have
doing
to
the cooking
change.
and stuff, or were you
No,
actually
no,
working the golf course?
I was working on the
Ah.
golf course, whippersnipping, changing the where the hole was on the green and shit like that,
Oh,
doing
they do that.
repairs. Oh fuck. They do that like every 2 or 3 days. So there's this
Really?
machine. It's just well, not a machine. It's a like a handle with a giant cup on the bottom,
Hmm.
and you have to get it perfectly plumb into the ground, and then twist it, and then it pulls up a big plug of grass. And you have to take that plug of grass and put it in the old hole, and then take the cup and bring it to the new hole. Cause so you're like transplanting a plug, and then if the flag isn't completely straight, then the old people get fucking livid, right?
That's
So
awesome.
like, yeah, they are passionate, these people. And then you got to get in the trap machine and you're raking sand traps.
Hmm.
You're just spinning in circles in the sand trap, and then you got to get out, then rake your tire marks onto the
How
next
long
one.
did you work there?
A couple months. And then I got in a fight with the
What did
owner
you
or with the greenskeeper, whoever it was. Told him to fuck off. Then I went back to, I think I went to my landscaping job after that. He was an asshole anyway. He put a bunch of raccoons baby raccoons in a trash can and smash them all with a tamper.
What?
Yeah, he was fucked, this guy.
Smash them with a tamper.
Yeah, like a hand tamper, like
Oh my
No.
god.
yeah, because they would get in the winter. They take the um, it's like giant bubble wrap that covers the greens, and in the summer they have to be stored in this warehouse, right? But the raccoons get in the warehouse and shit all over them and tear them up and stuff. And one day he went in there and he was pissed off and he took all the babies, throwing them in the trash can and put them out in the gravel pad. And he's bang, 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 fuck you. And it's like these guys fucked. This is the same guy who there would be we'd catch skunks on the property and the skunks would they'd grub all
Yeah, yeah.
the ground, right? It would ruin the fields. So they'd catch this skunks in a cage with a long rope and then drag the rope into the water traps, the water hazards, and drown the thing, right? Like it was quite the job. But
Is this why you left?
I didn't left because he did that, but I didn't like him to begin with. So
So why did you tell him to fuck off?
because I'd given him my 2 weeks because I was going back to my landscaping job, and then he accused me of not raking the sand trap on number 13. Said that is literally right by the shop, the compound that we leave from. If I'm gonna do a half-ass job at my job, I'm gonna pick a trap that's at the other end of the golf course, not the one right by the shop, you fucking idiot. And then I'm like, I quit. I'm out of here.
Cornwall is different.
So yeah.
Did you have a car or did you walk off into the sunset?
No, my mom lived right beside the golf course. So I walked back home.
Yeah, you walked off into the sunset.
Yeah. Into the sunrise. 'Cause it was a Sunday. Because I live so close to the golf course, they made me work every Sunday.
Mm.
They're like, oh, you live right here, you can work another Sunday. What the fuck? I want
What
to
does
go
that have to?
drinking with my friends.
What does working on Sunday have to do with living near the golf course? Like those two things to me aren't
Well,
interrelated.
I don't know. Maybe he was just being a peckerhead, but
Seems like it.
yeah, he was. He got fired. He lost his job and he said he was going to sue the golf course.
Maybe he lost his job for crushing the baby raccoons,
Maybe he did. I don't know. I don't know.
torturing the skunks.
I don't know. I crossed paths with him again a couple years ago. Can't remember how that went.
Was it Brandini?
No.
Okay.
No, completely different guy.
Did that guy come back this year, Brandini?
No, he's I think he's doing maintenance at like Amazon warehouse for someone else or something like that.
So he bailed on you?
Working his
Yeah.
magic elsewhere.
Yeah. He's fixing a
2
Chinese
years from now,
excavator for someone else.
2 years from now, he'll come back and make a comeback because you'll forget
Maybe.
about what he was really like.
Yeah. No,
You'll romanticize the experience in your mind.
he was a good worker, but you can't expect a lot out of some of these people.
No.
Ah.
It's just
All right. This is 2 hours. Are you ready, Mike? You look like you're dying.
Yeah.
This is the end of the podcast.